Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. My name is Marlene and I'm from Uniquely Ella, and I post here regularly, but I'm always on my Instagram. So if you like to follow me there and keep up with everything that I'm doing, you can find me there, and I usually list everything over there first. I have a quick, super fast little video today. I want to share with you some projects that I've been up to, some things that I've been working with, mason jars, die cuts. I love the shape of a mason jar. I just love mason jars. So I treated myself to a couple of cartridges when I used to have the old Cricut machine, that I still have it. I have this Sizzix gigantic jumbo one. I'm going to show you what I did with it and how I altered it, because I wanted to make a big mason jar, and this was like a smaller one. And this little thing turns into like the back of the mason jar, and it becomes a little treat bag. And I love this die. I got it for, I think I used it in one of my niece's birthday parties or something, and then I kept it and I love it, and I haven't used it in a while. And then I have this punch one that I love too. So I took, and this one's a great one for like little scraps of paper that you might have left that you don't know what to do with. So that's what I did. I went on my scrap pile and just punch my life away last night. So let me show you what I've been up to. This one, like I said, and I made 2 treat bags that I'm going to show you in a little bit that I have listed in my Etsy store. I only have 2, guys, and I'm so sorry. By the time my videos come up, my things are already gone, and that's just how it is. I can't post a video before I put it on the Etsy store. It's like whenever I have time, whatever's going on. But anyway, let me show you what I did with this one. This die I haven't used. See how it becomes like a little treat bag in there? This one I think I used, but I have to find. I think I've already die cut this one, and I keep it in like this die cut bin that I have, and I haven't really looked. I would have to find it, but I know that I have used this one. This one's the one that I altered for the big jumbo treat bag that I'm going to show you in a little bit, all that I had to do to make it bigger, because it's not very big. It looks like a big die, but when you cut the little treat bag itself, see, this is the little treat bag. Oh, you can't really see it, but it's not very big. So I took it from this to that big thing, and I'll show you in a minute how I did that. But anyway, I went crazy, and I was just die cutting my life away. So these I did like on a corrugated, like little, because I wanted for them to be real 3-dimensional. These could be as little tags. I can give them to my customers, which will be a great idea to give to my customers. So I did that like on corrugated kind of paper, like sort of. This was from scraps. This one's just regular paper. This one's like little chipboard. This is probably the back of a cereal box or something. And so I cut a few of this. One's real thick. So I cut a few here. Then I had some of this pretty vintage paper. This is like an old paper collection. God knows what this one is called. But I had some. This one I had enough that see, this is going to be like the cover, but then it's going to cover her face, so that didn't work out. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And then I punched out some little tags out of the same paper collection. I thought that was nice. And then this is the cutest little punch. I love this punch. So I went ahead and punched me some little ones. These will make like really cute little tags also. This is from a paper collection. I think they might still be around. I think it's Joanne. I think it was called Sweet Treats. It's an old paper collection, and I had like 3 stacks of them, and I had just little pieces left on all 3 of them. So I used it to cut some of these out. What is this one? This is like the Sweet Treat one. So aren't these cute? I love these. So guys, all that I had to do for my jumbo treat bag, this is the one that started the whole thing. It's like really big, and you see this is the side, and you just kind of build that up, and then this is the bottom, and you build this little thing up, and then you glue it to the back and the front. This is the back of the mason jar, and this is the front, and I'll show you in a minute more detail. So what I had to do was that I blew this baby up. I copied it, and then I blew it. I die cut it in like a black cardstock. I think it was black or dark gray. And then I scanned it, And then I took it and I enlarged it so that all the properties, everything was going to be bigger. I enlarged it, and then I went ahead and I cut this piece up, everything, the lid and everything. And then I enlarged it equally. And then I printed that, and that became my template. So I made a template, and that's how I cut these. Because I'm sure there's got to be a die that's just like this but bigger. But since I didn't find it, I don't know where it is, and I already had this, I said, why can't I just enlarge it? The whole trick was to make this and this be the same percentage. But once I got that, then it was easy. Then I just scanned it, like I said, enlarged it, and made a template, and then I had to hand cut it. I had to trace it and cut it, but it was fine. It was like a lot of fun. So I came with my, I came up with my big jumbo mason jar. And what I did on the bottom down here, because this seemed like a little flimsy here, what I did is that on the inside, I made a little reinforcement just to reinforce that. And then the bottom part, I cut with a little chipboard, and this is cut with paper, just regular cardstock. But this has a little bit of a chipboard on the bottom. And then I reinforced that on the inside. I put a piece of paper with glue, and I reinforced that. And then the inside of the mason jars, I went ahead and I cover also, especially this side, because it's what you're going to see when you pop it up. And then on the back, I just did in another script paper. So what I did with mine, I wanted to make a treat bag I wanted to make like an extra special fabric bundle thing for like Christmas little sampler for my Etsy shop. And also that you can just use little pieces of it for like tags or whatever you like, or just like any Christmas project, you can use little snippets and pieces of everything that I basically put in here. But I went ahead and I wanted to really embellish the front mason jar. I wanted to make it like extra special. And I think this piece is pretty enough that you can take all this apart and keep the top mason jar. And I think it would make for a beautiful journal cover. Which when I started doing it, I was like, wait a minute, maybe I don't want to do a treat bag. Maybe I want to use it as a journal cover. But no, I just went with the treat bag. So what I did is that I covered the lid with some kind of, I think this was like a scrap paper. And then the back was another scrap paper. And then I covered the whole thing. I veiled it. I did like a little veil in this fabric. I don't know if you can see the little polka dot fabric. I just found it and I'm like in love with. Let me see if I can find it for you, because I think you should be able to get that at either Michael's or Joann. I mean, this is it. It's pink, but I think this was either Michael's or Joann. It comes out pink like this, but when you put it against something, it's almost white. It's no longer pink. And then the little polka dot little pieces are like velvety like. So see how when you put it on top of something, what it does, it makes whatever it is, it mutes it. So I kind of wanted like a little washed look on the paper, and I accomplished that by veiling it, everything. I love veiling stuff, anything. So underneath I went ahead and I de-stressed the edges and everything, and then I veiled it and then tucked it under, and and then put the back cover on it. Put like another piece in the back of paper so you can't see where I tucked it, but it's all nice and tucked back there. So I already had my jar, and then I went to town embellishing it. I found all the old pieces of laces and trims and all kinds of things that I had, and I went to town with it. I have a piece of vintage doily in the back. That's how the whole thing started. Then this is a little snowflake die cut that I've had forever. This is from a paper collection that I just printed. I'm going to link this paper collection underneath. And then I just went with all the little die cuts, and just kind of tucked them in all over the place. And then for here, I made a little ruffle. I turned it up inside out. This is the inside of the fabric right here. You see it? It's like gold. It's really cute. But I thought it was too much gold, so I turned it like inside out, and I love it. This little trim I had, and this is vintage. This little piece down here is vintage. I just wanted something to kind of, like when you set it down, I wanted something to touch the table or just kind of I don't know, skirt the table or something. And then on this little cluster, I found this little tinsel that's been with me for like ever, and I've been wanting to use it in gold. I was going for like a gold and silver thing. This is another one of these stars, and this is one of those bottle brush little trees that's kind of like tucked in and everything. And then I made this cute little charm out of, I think I wanted to say she kind of looked like an angel, but she doesn't have any wings. So it's just like a little body. And I made two of them. They're both almost identical, but the charm's a little bit different. So the charm is just kind of holding I tied a sari piece of silk binding, that's silk ribbon that's kind of tying, holding the mason jar so that these doesn't fly out. I just made a little bow, and then on the bow I just tied the little charm, and that's it. And then the other one, let me show you the other one. It stands up. The other one is a little bit different. The die cuts are different. See, they're like a little bit different. They both have a 25 December 25th, but the little sign's a little different. And then the little charm on this one is a different little Christmas tree, but everything's pretty much the same, kind of, sort of. And let me show you what's in it. It doesn't matter which one I open up, but anyway, I just stuffed it jam-packed with little samples of fabrics and all kinds of little things. Plus, I always like to add, people, you know, the girls that when they purchase from me, they know that you just not only get the kit, you get like lots of other goodies, but I like to keep some things secret or private or a surprise, so I don't show everything. But the listing is for this, and like I said, I have two. I have a piece of little vintage piece of lace for anything you like. This piece is gorgeous. This I salvaged from something. It's real crochet. It's really pretty. I found this plaid little piece. I don't have a lot of it, but whatever I had, I shared. I love this print. It's beautiful. I think this might have been like a napkin. And all my fabric, unless it's new, is cool. But if it's not new, I wash everything and I lightly iron because it will drive me nuts. I found this tinsel. This is almost like a yard. This would look great on a journal or even on the back of a journal, on the spine of a journal. I don't know, but I'm going to use mine on a journal somehow. Then I just added some fabrics, just little samples of fabric, all in the Christmas colors. These will be great for little tags, a little embellishment, or making little ruffles, you know, like on a traditional Christmas colors. And this one I love, which is not so traditional because the green is not as bright, but I love this fabric. And then I have, like, I'm going to make little bundles of this. I have this vintage wallpaper. The other one is really cute. I have two big, gigantic that I found at an estate sale. But the other one is really cute, but it's not in the traditional Christmas color. So it kind of didn't go with me putting it in my little kit here. So I didn't, but I will be adding some of that other one, which is adorable, as a little gift when I mail it out. I made a little tag. Actually, it's like a real long tag, but I left it kind of simple so that you can either put more of the die cuts or you can journal in the back or do anything you want. And then this one also has a little charm on top right here. Let me see if it'll focus. Yeah, a little charm. And this is not sari, this is cotton. And it's just a little tag. And then I have added this piece of lace that you can use for whatever you like. And this is the mason jar thing when it's open. You see how it's reinforced on the bottom? See? So that's super cool. So that's an idea. If you ever buy a die and you really like it like a lot, and it's not the right size, just print it, scan it, then you can enlarge it in your computer, print it again, and then just trace it, you know. So you don't, because sometimes they'll have like a die, but they'll have it in different sizes, and I truly cannot get all of them. So I just get it and I work around it and just kind of make what I want to make. Okay, guys, so this is my latest obsession. These mason jar things, I'm going crazy. Okay, so I hope you like it. And like I said, these I've only made 2. I'm going to be listing them in my Etsy store, and I'll link everything underneath. I hope you picked up a few ideas. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.